they first announced that they were going to do the SFOC program, I thought it was a good idea because it gets the soldiers back into doing true Army stuff, not just Special Forces stuff, but working with their weapons, getting familiar with them, learning how to use explosives, learn how to do different tactics, but specifically how to do an offensive operation.
Tasked with the mission, 20th Special Forces Group sought out instructors who possessed the necessary background and commitment to make the program the very best in the Army. Instructor backgrounds vary from former members of Green Beret counterterrorism teams and national level assets to law enforcement special response team members.
Instructor knowledge base was exceptional. They drew from people all over the country who do this. Again, they've drawn from experience. They're telling you things that work and don't work and why. They just don't tell you to do it because they read it in a book.
The cornerstone of SFOC is a flexible, challenging marksmanship program aimed at instilling the warrior mindset and concentrating on the fundamentals of combat marksmanship.
Teaching them how to use their M4 carbine. We use specialized equipment on the weapons, aim points, and they're never going to go with just one weapon. They're always going to carry a secondary weapon, so they have to learn how to not only use their rifle, they got to learn how to use their pistol. So if they move into a situation and their primary weapon goes down, then they can transition to their secondary weapon and continue to engage the threat until it's eliminated.
The advanced marksmanship is good for any soldier, but especially the Special Forces soldier. It boils down to being able to hit what you're shooting at. I mean, regardless if it's a raid, an ambush, or any other type of mission.
The discipline required to close with the enemy at arm's length and to engage with precision is of the utmost importance, and the students are exposed to an intensive week of day and night firearms training that stresses all aspects of advanced marksmanship.
Shooting close to each other, it really engenders confidence in each other and trust in the other guys on your team, which is really important when you get in a tight somewhere else.
To determine whether individuals have the skills and confidence required to move on to the next facet of training, a battery of critical task exams and a stress test evaluation are administered.
This FAL course was very challenging from a lot of different aspects. We mentioned the mental side of the house, but also there's a lot of physical tasks that were very challenging as well. We did different type of entries, some rappelling work with the ropes, different types of climbing exercises, and it was physically and mentally challenged from beginning to end.
The SFOC course I found very challenging on all different levels. Physically, mentally, you were required to think and move and shoot, and everything that is ingrained in you since day one, shoot, move, and communicate. Well, they really put it to the limits in the SFOC course.
Unlike basic urban combat, CQB is more surgical in its application and must take into account the added dimensions of non-combatives and collateral damage.
CQB and urban combat go hand in hand because you can't move through an urban area without being able to clear the rooms. In our situation where we're concerned about non-combatants, we got to come up and identify a threat and eliminate it the best we can, so it makes it difficult. So what we do is we're teaching people how to do room clearing, or CQB. We're teaching them how to clear those rooms so that if they have to maneuver through an urban area, they can stay out of the street and stay out of the alleys and just move through the building. And if they come against a wall, they can breach it using an explosive or an M203. If they got a street they have to cross, it teaches them how they can work both sides of the street and provide cover for each other as they move. So you can't do the urban movement without teaching people how to do room clearing.
When assaulting a multi-dimensional building, sectors of fire may change from room to room, and confusion increases, as do the chances of fratricide. Many non-combatants may be encountered, making target identification vital.
I think this FAL course is very beneficial because it teaches the basic principles of a very difficult scenario, which is a CQB scenario. It's one of the most dangerous missions that a team or a group could ever be asked to perform. And if you can succeed in this type of scenario, then you should have no problem succeeding in other more conventional types of warfare.